This video will demonstrate the steps you'll take to obtain an oxygen saturation reading or pulse ox on your child using your pulse oximeter. The pulse oximeter probe monitors oxygen saturations, or how much oxygen the blood is actually carrying. We get these readings best when the two contacts on the probe are directly across from one another on the foot or hand when getting a reading and the foot is warm. It's easiest to get a good reading when babies are calm or asleep. If you're unable to get a good reading, try placing the probe on for several minutes while comforting or swaddling your child. Wrap the pulse oximeter around the thinnest part of the foot or hand. Allow the pulse ox to read for several minutes until you have a steady reading. Wait to record your reading until you have a good waveform which rhythmically shows the pulse. A sporadic waveform will not give you an accurate reading, and the reading can vary slightly over a few minutes, so take the average of the numbers displayed or the most frequent number displayed. If you are not getting an accurate reading, you can troubleshoot the pulse ox probe to get a better measurement. Try warming the foot or hand with hand massage, warm breath, bath, or snuggling. Place a sock or warm blanket on the hand or foot to block light. The probe reads light waves going through the hand or foot. Blocking out ambient light can help keep the probe from getting confused. Placing a sock over the probe can also help secure the probe to the foot, even when baby is wiggling. Try placing the probe on another extremity, either the hand or the foot. Sometimes the elastic bands on your probe can just get worn out. A probe with a worn out band may not be able to attach properly for an accurate reading. You may need a replacement band. If these techniques do not give you an accurate reading and your child looks well, contact your pulse oximeter supply company to replace the machine or provide further assistance. If you're concerned about your child's oxygen reading, call the cardiology team. Call your cardiology team if O2 saturations are more than 5 points above or below your child's baseline or below the O2 saturation set for your child. Please document your oxygen saturation in your Locus Health monitoring app if requested by your cardiology team. This helps you and your cardiology team note changes in your child's oxygen saturation and allows all of us to monitor changes over time as your child grows and gets closer to needing their next surgery. Your Impact Cardiology team has asked for you to weigh your baby regularly using a home weight scale. A baby's weight can fluctuate throughout the day. You should weigh your baby at the same time of day, for example, before a feeding or a bath, at a time that is convenient for your family to get an accurate reading. Take off your baby's clothes and weigh them naked. You can place a blanket on the scale as long as you zero out the scale so it does not add to the weight measurement. Document the weight in your Locus Health monitoring app as requested by your cardiology team. Most weight machines can change readings between pounds and kilograms. Please document the weight in kilograms. If your scale is not turning on, try changing the batteries. If you continue to have difficulty with your scale, please look at the manual, contact the company providing the scale, or contact the cardiology team. Call the cardiology team if your baby has gained less than 20 grams in the past 3 days, if they are losing weight for more than 2 days, or as directed by the cardiology team. Before you discharge from the hospital, your medical team will tell you what medications your child will continue to take at home. If you have concerns or questions about dosages, please let your medical team know right away. Create a system that works for you at home to help you remember the time of day and the medications to be given. Some families use charts, alarms on their phone, or apps to remind them when a medication is to be given. Now let's go over how you'll be administering these medications. The first and most important step is to check the dosage prescribed by your medical team. Then select the appropriately sized syringe for the medication. Frequently used syringe sizes are 1 milliliter, 3 milliliters, and 6 milliliters. When giving small dosages for babies, frequently a 1 milliliter syringe is needed to draw up the medication. On the 1 milliliter syringe, each line represents 0.1 milliliters. You can reuse your syringes at home by cleaning the syringe with soap and water and allowing to dry. Draw up the medication just past the correct dosage line, then flick the syringe to get the bubbles to rise to the top of the syringe. Push out the bubbles till you're at the measurement line for the correct amount of medicine. You can pass the excess medication back into the bottle to avoid wasting the medication. For babies that take aspirin, the tablet will need to be crushed and mixed with water to give to your baby. When giving aspirin, please always check the dosage provided by your medical team to give your baby the right dose. Chewable aspirin is flavored and may be tolerated better by your baby. Typically, babies require 1/4 tablet or 1/2 tablet of a small chewable aspirin. The easiest way to divide an aspirin pill is to use a pill cutter. Place the aspirin in the pill cutter and press down to cut it in half. To cut into quarters, place the cut half pieces in the pill cutter and cut an additional time. The pieces should be cut evenly. You can save the additional pieces for use later. Some families prefer to cut several pills at a time so that they don't have to go through this process as often. Next, place the correct aspirin piece cut into the appropriate dose in the pill crusher. This works best when the pill crusher is nice and dry. You will twist the lid of the pill crusher back and forth 2 to 3 times at least. You should feel the pill start to grind. Crush the pill until it's powdery. Sometimes the powder will stick to the inside lid, and you will need to scrape it back into the container to get all the medication. Add 2 to 3 milliliters of water from a syringe to the powder until the aspirin powder is dissolved into a solution. You want to stir the water until the medicine is mixed well and dissolved in the water. Then use the syringe to draw up the aspirin solution to give to your baby. You can squirt the medicine back out into the container again to mix all the medication until you are able to pull back the full amount of medicine and water solution in the syringe. Unless given other instructions about the timing of the medicine with feeds, you can offer the bottle right after giving the medication to help encourage your baby to swallow the medicine. Confirm the timing and dose of the medication you will give on either the bottle or the medication list you were given. Most parents find using charts, schedules, and even phone apps useful to help make sure the right medications are given at the right time. Use what works best for your family. To give the medication to your baby, squirt the medication in the side of the cheek towards the back. If it's a larger amount of medicine, it may need to be given in small amounts to allow for your baby time to swallow. Alternatively, you can provide a pacifier after giving your baby the medicine to encourage them to swallow. It is best to avoid putting the medication in a bottle or mixing with food. Your baby may not reliably finish the bottle and therefore would not receive the entire dose of the medication. Also, some medications may affect the taste of the food in the bottle and discourage your baby from feeding. If you have concerns that your baby spit up shortly after administering the medication, contact your medical team to discuss timing of the next dose.